הוצאת אותנו מהמיוט? Shalom everyone, good morning and good evening. Thank you for joining us in this special gathering before Rosh Hashanah. My name is Shirit Zaks Chaim and I am the Honorary Secretary of Maccabi World Union, Chair of the Maccabiya Educational Department, and one of the founders of the Maccabi Women's Forum. We are going through a challenging period. The last 24 hours have been challenging mainly in the north of Israel. The rest of the country tries to continue with normal life as much as possible, but our thoughts are constantly thinking of what is happening in the north and south, and our thoughts are always thinking about the 101 hostages that are 352 days in captivity. This gathering will be for 1 hour, and at the end, we will make a toast for the new year and praying that the year to come will be a much better year for all of us. I hope you have your glass of wine ready. In order to manage the meeting decently, we would appreciate if you would make sure that you are in a mute mode. If you have questions for the speakers, please write them in the Zoom chat. I invite former member Knesset and Deputy Chairman of Maccabi World Union and co-chair of the Maccabi Women's Forum, Orly Foreman, to greet us.
Thank you, Shirit. Hello and shalom to all of you here in Israel and abroad. Together with my dear colleague, Lisa Borwick, Vice President of Maccabi World Union and co-chair Maccabi Women's Forum, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. It has been almost a year since the devastating events of October 7th. During that time, Israel, including all sectors and all activities, has faced extraordinary challenges. Yet, despite the obstacles, our Maccabi activities has displayed the kind of resilience and adaptation that defined Israeli characteristics. In such a challenging year, every gathering is a valuable chance to connect, share, listen, and support one another. Maccabi World Union and the Maccabiya invite you all to the memorial ceremony on October 7, 3 p.m. Israel time. And on October 15, Maccabi will hold a special ceremony and the opening of the exhibition Unbroken, the narrative of Israeli sport during times of war. This exhibition, created in partnership with the Jewish Congress, will first be displayed in Israel and then travel around at other communities. A particularly distressing aspect of this crisis is the 101 hostages, including young people, soldiers, and women. For the past year, Israeli society has been dedicated to securing their release with rallies and events held every Saturday night in support of their safe return. Sunday, September 1st, was probably next worst day after October 7 to most of us, with the announcement of the 6 hostages that were murdered few days or maybe few hours before our IDF found them. And since that horrible day, we are in the streets every night. 10 of thousands of civilians have been displaced from their homes for almost a year. Communities in both the south and north whose homes have been destroyed. They will not be able to return until the conflict ends and their safety is guaranteed. We remain hopeful for a resolution that will bring all hostages home and ensure the security of the state of Israel. This year, we proudly launched the World Maccabi Women's Forum during an inspiring event at our annual Congress in May. Today, we will revisit the forum's goals. You can see them in front of you, which we outlined during that event. It's our collective responsibility to fine-tune these goals and bring these goals to fruition. Since then, Women's Forum have started forming in communities worldwide. We extend our gratitude and congratulations to the women leaders who have taken the initiative to establish these forums in their regions. We hope for more women to step forward and set up forums in their communities. We aim to ensure that every community has a women leader and women's forum that reflects its unique spirit and can effectively voice its needs. We aim to be present and influence key leadership moments both within the communities and within the Maccabi World Union. I would like to take a moment to mention the Olympic and the Paralympic Games, which have been the highlights of this summer. We proudly watched Jewish women athletes shine on the podium in Paris. One of them, Moran Samuel, our gold medalist in the Paralympic Games, is with us here, and she will speak later. She is a part of the Maccabi family. Looking forward, we are excited for the 22nd Maccabiah scheduled for July 2025, also known as the Jewish Olympic Games. The Maccabiah is held every 4 years here in Israel and brings together Jewish athletes from around the world. We anticipate welcoming to Israel 10,000 athletes along with their families and coaches for a great celebration of the Jewish people. We hope that the situation in Israel will stabilize by then, allowing to us enjoying a true sport festival with the conflict behind us. As the new year approaches, the upcoming Maccabiah in 2025 will be a pivotal event for all of us. Both the International and Local Women's Forum must actively encourage female athletes, coaches, and referees to participate. Strong female representation is a crucial aspect of our mission. Remembering that women comprise 51% of the population, balanced representation is essential in every forum, committee, and gathering. If this balance is not achieved, we must take action to correct it. If we don't advocate for ourselves, no one else will. We must ensure that women are present in both numbers and the value they bring to decision-making processes. We proactive and persist. Only we can advance our interests with the necessary focus of conviction. Thank you very much. I wish you and your families a happy and peaceful new year, filled with meaningful activities and continued engagement. I pray every day, and I hope for a better year. We all need it. Shana Tova.
Toda. Thank you, Orly, for your inspiring words. One of our aims is to expand the forum in more cities worldwide, 100 women in 100 cities. Since we launched the forum at the recent Maccabi Congress in May, 4 more women from 4 cities have joined us. We all welcome our new chairs of the local chapters that follow our chairs in Stockholm, Berlin, Vermont, New York, and Amsterdam. Our new chair, Lela Paran, CEO, Maccabi Hungary. Monica Kibrit, member of the CDI Board of Directors for Mexico City. Bella Himmelfarb, CEO, Maccabi Colombia, and Veronica Siegelbert, General Secretary in FACMA from Buenos Aires. We are grateful for your willingness to take on this role. As part of the efforts to support the work of the Women's Forum around the world, we are also looking to increase the various media platforms, the Maccabi Women's Forum newsletter that will be issued quarterly, public relations article in international media, and we are happy to launch today our new Maccabi Women's Forum website. The website will be updated, and we ask all our chairs to inform us of their activities so we can share it in the newsletter and website. And now I wish to invite our first chair, Dr. Nicole Winitsky from Stockholm. Nicole has been embraced by the local Maccabi executive that have put on their agenda developing women's sports and leadership. We know that each community has its own uniqueness, and that will deal with topics that interest the one leading it, as well as the women of the local community. We would like to hear from Nicole, which was the first to accept our offer to chair the local forum in Stockholm. Nicole is actively engaged in the Swedish Maccabi soccer community. In 2022, she played a crucial role in guiding the girls' 14-16 soccer team to success at the Maccabiya Games. Nicole, please.
Thank you for letting me speak here. Like for all of us, the 7th of October dramatically changed my life. I realized more than ever that we as Jews in the diaspora really needs Israel, but also that Israel really needs us. And like in January 2024, I was invited to take part of a few webinars that was held by the Maccabi World Union Women Forum, where I got the possibility to take on first-hand information of what actually was going on in Israel. And that really meant a lot to me. After that, I also went to Israel because I wanted to see with my own eyes what had actually been happening. And I, of course, wanted to show support for all the Israelis. And we also went there to do some voluntary work. And within that, I also went to Kfar Maccabiya, where I briefly got to meet Ilana face-to-face. The aim of the Maccabi Women Forum to engage more females is something that I think is really, really important. Male and females are different, and we really need to create an environment where females can feel safe in order to dare to step in and take place. I know that we as Jewish females are strong, smart, and creative, and we are really needed out there to take part in all parts of society. And I really have to say that I am so proud of being one of you. And I really think that we can benefit from creating a global network where we can have contact with each other, share knowledge, share information, share what is going well in our countries, and share what is not going well in our countries. I also hope that my history of running a female global network within dentistry, which is where I work, with that experience, I hope that maybe I can contribute to the important work that is being done now I know that Sweden as a country have come quite far when it comes to gender equality. And therefore, I think that we as a Swedish group can hopefully also contribute into these changes that we want to make. I see all this as the start of something new, and I'm really excited to see where the journey will take us. Thank you so much for creating this opportunity in this organization, to Ilana and everyone who's been working with this. Thank you.
Nicole, thank you very much and wishing you great success in all your activities.
Thank you so much.
Now, I wish to invite Donna Orender, who will speak about women leadership, focusing on leadership in sports.
Go ahead.
Donna is highly respected corporate business leader renowned for driving growth and innovating in several high-profile companies. Donna, former president commissioner of the WNBA, has been honored as one of the top 10 most powerful women in the sports and recognized by Newsweek as one of the 100 most influential people in the business of sport and media. Donna, please.
Good morning, or from America, but good day, everybody. I wish I can see all your faces on my screen, but I can't. I have this big graphic and then I see you in little boxes. But I feel you. I can feel you. Thank you to our founders and our leaders for making this happen. It's more important than ever that we stand together, that we support each other. I just wanted to start by introducing this concept, a new one. I speak all over the country in America and the world about women and to women. And I always feel that when women get together, magic happens. It's why I created our not-for-profit called Generation W, which brings women and girls together, and we do programming for them. And so recently, as I was doing some reading, I found this phrase. It's called collective. Does somebody need to be on mute?
Put yourself on mute.
Great, thank you. It's called collective effervescence. And collective effervescence is this feeling of energy and harmony when people are engaged in a shared purpose. We are joined in a shared purpose. This morning is tinged with sadness and worry, and yet we have joy because we are here together. I find that joy, especially coming from sport. And the Maccabi Women's Forum really built on that energy and magic and capability and leadership, our desire to create change and impact as women. At the same time, we sit around a sports organization, a movement that came about in many ways because Jews needed a place to express their physical talents and compete at a time when we were denied. Well, women are still denied to a level, although when we look at women's sports globally, we're definitely in a moment that's becoming a movement. I've been involved with Maccabi since, dare I say, 1985. I too was an athlete. I competed in basketball. And there's a story that I like to tell, and I don't have time to tell really here, but the Israeli women did not feel like they were being treated equitably. And they asked the American team to not compete for the gold medal to honor their protest. So imagine this, right? We are Americans. Our parents spent tons and tons of money to come. We came for gold. We're trained to win gold. And yet our fellow sisters asked us not to compete because they weren't given the same opportunities as the men. And you know what we did? We honored them. We were punished for it, but we honored them. I never got a gold medal competing in the Maccabiah Games, but what I did earn was far more in terms of jewels and what's important in life. And that's why sports is so important. It's why it's so important that our girls get equal opportunity. What I have found along the way, let's see, back I guess in Mexico, we in the US decided that we would start a women's leadership movement, Jewish women in sports in America. And I have to tell you, I was surprised by the pushback from our delegation. I'm going to put it out there. The guys didn't really want it. They found every reason to push against us. And why? Why? Why would they do that? Why all of us who are daughters of mothers who are very strong wouldn't want our daughters, right? Our sisters, our nieces, right? Our friends, our young women to be able to realize the leadership lessons, the coalescence of team, because life is a team sport, to be able to compete and learn how to win, to lose, to be dedicated, to persevere, to participate, to build global relationships. And I am very well aware that all of our cultures differently, whether it's from CLAM, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, whether we're more religious, less religious, all of them have their own color, their own hue of how they feel about women and women participating in sports. But as a woman who's participated in sports her whole life, yes, against the odds, I was not welcomed. It's not what people thought we should do. It is one of the most strength-producing, confidence-producing, leadership-producing activities that we can support. And you don't have to be an elite athlete, honestly. You just got to be able to play. You just got to be out there. You build teams. You build belief systems. You become an organization that has collective effervescence, this joy that we have, this solidarity that we have, in knowing that we are joined in shared purpose. In Argentina, in December, once again, I led our basketball delegation, and I found out that for 12 years, there was no competition for women. And as you now know, I ran the WNBA. I work with the best athletes in the entire world. I went to World Cups and Olympics, and I knew that women played all over. And yet I was told there were no Jewish women in Argentina that played basketball. And I said, you know what, even if there aren't, which I do believe there are, I don't think they're encouraged. I don't think it's brought out. And I know now that I have a fellow sister on this forum from Argentina, and maybe we work together. I said, we will not come without us building a women's event, because we have to start somewhere. Somehow we scrabbled together 2 teams from America, and my favorite, the Australians are amazing in every single way. They have an incredible program. They brought incredible young women. And I said to Argentina, just bring us a team. If they're not Jewish, it is okay. And after the 7 days of competition, and we had a medal ceremony, we had our 4 teams, I have to tell you, I cried. Because all of these women not only had the individual sense of accomplishment and joy of becoming part of the Maccabi movement, they had the collective team accomplishment of meeting each other and knowing what it's like to be part of something that's bigger than yourself, which we would have denied them if we did not work so hard. And as we face, right, the games coming up, and Ori, we pray from the deepest beings. In America, we are now preparing to bring over 15 basketball teams. And getting our girls to come and finding them is not easy. We are building our pipelines. But I've come to recognize that it's not just America. It's collectively what is going on in Germany, and what is going on in Argentina, and what is going on in Venezuela, and where are our Swedish girls and our Australian girls? What do we do to build their strength, our connectivity through sport? Let them know that this is such a viable, strong, just so you know, in America, there's a statistic that one of our big time consulting companies researched, and that is women who are in the C-suite, women who are leaders in business, nearly 90% of them have played sports and have played team sports. So it's not only for our individual benefit, it's for our growth benefits, our learning benefits, our ability to build a life that's based on being good teammates. And let me say this today, I belong to a lot of organizations. I go everywhere. I am so proud to be with you. I am so proud to be able to be here and build this with this team, because it means something now, as we love to say at Maccabi World Union, more than ever, more than ever. And in closing, let me just say this. My son's in Israel right now. He played 4 years professional basketball. He lived all over the country. He's in a wedding this weekend. And I said, honey, are you okay? Because they're going up north. They're going to Caesarea. He goes, I'm not going to Haifa, but we are going to this wedding. And in all of this pain, What I love about being Team Israel, being Team Jewish, is that in all of this, we look to support each other, but we also look to find the joy in living, because that's who we are. So what I say is I look forward to being your teammate. I look forward to us being leaders together, finding the strength in us to not only help ourselves, but to help all those around us, in our communities, in our global community, because it is the beginning of a new year. It is Rosh Hashanah. And this is our time to say, yes, we start anew, we start together, and we will do great things. So thank you.
Thank you, Donna. And we hope that at our next gathering, we will have more and more chairs of local forums in our cities. Maccabi World Union slogan is a health spirit in a healthy body. And one of the Women's Forum aims and goals is to develop and encourage women's sports leadership amongst the younger generation. For this part, I wish to invite our gold medalist from the Paris Paralympics, former executive member of Maccabi World Union, Moran Samuel. Moran, you brought so much pride to the state of Israel on a very difficult day. Thank you. Please, Moran.
Thank you, everybody. And before I share a few notes with you, I want to share a video.
מורן עדיין מובילה. מורן בראש. 120 מטר אל הזהב הפרלימפי.
צרפתיה שם גם הרימה קצב.
יש כאן מאבק גדול, אנחנו מבינות, כמובן, גם על המקום השני וגם על המקום השלישי, אבל אנחנו, עם מורן סמואל, יש לה פחות מ-100 מטר, 85 מטר לקראת הזהב הפרלימפי.
מורן לוקחת הזהב כאן, זה מטורף.
זה מטורף, זה מטורף.
וואו.
עוד כמה מטרים, והיא עומדת לעשות את זה.
הזהב של מורן.
פשוט לא יאמן.
וואו, 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 איזו הפתעה מדהימה של מורן, איך התכוננה, היא כל כך רצתה את זה, היא הלכה לעוד אולימפיאדה. הכל רק כדי להגיע לזהב, והיא כבר מחייכת.
כן, היא מחייכת, היא נותנת את החתירות האחרונות.
2.
יש סמואל! זהב פרלימפי! איזה אדירה! איזו אדירה! מורן עדיין...
בבקשה, לימור, אני צריכה להתחיל לדבר עוד 10 שניות.
So I'm still excited to watch it. I still get some tears when I watch it again and again. And I have to say that this morning, the morning of my biggest achievement in sports started with a broken heart. It was September 1st, and we realized 6 hostages were murdered. I had to find my strength throughout this enormous pain. Then it hit me. This year was all about turning pain into strength. To do the best I can, competing in my final has become a national mission for me, not just a personal goal to reach the highest level of sport, a national mission to show the world that we are here, that we are strong, and that we choose to focus on what we can do. All of us, all athletes, took their strength and inspiration from the heroes who fight for us. Our hearts throughout the Paralympic Games and throughout all of our preparation was with the families of all hostages, because we want to see them home. We want them to be brought home as soon as possible. And that's something that throughout our preparation here in Israel, and also after we left to our training camps, and I'm talking about myself, but also representing all Israeli athletes, Olympic and Paralympics, we had it in our hearts, we had it as our spirit. or the wind beneath our wings when we were competing, and it doesn't matter in which sport, all of us felt there is heroes surrounding us, above us, throughout all of our competition. And I have to say that for me as a Paralympic athlete, it's also about people who are still recovering, soldiers, people who were injured and are not soldiers and still in rehabilitation center, still trying to find out what to do with their lives. So we are here to give them a big, big hug, to listen to them, but also to tell them we are waiting for you in the fields of sport. We are waiting for you to find the strength to join us, because we know that when you go into sport, you discover your abilities, leave your disabilities at home. We, as women, are excellent in turning obstacles into challenges. And it is today's reality that we need to be strong, creative, and supportive so we can influence others to do the same. And again, my message for this year and the year to come, because we are, there are so much things we don't know about the future. But what we do know is what we do every day to make this world a better world for us, for our children, for the Jewish people, for women in general. So my mission and my message is that we have to try and keep turning in pain into strength. Thank you, and Shana Tova.
Toda. Thank you, Moran. We wish you great success in your future competitions. We, at the Maccabi Women's Forum, are building something new. It is an exciting learning process, and for this, I wish to ask Ronit Ne'eman, Chair of the European Desk, the movement's representative to the Presidium of the World Zionist Organization, and one of the founders of the Maccabi Women's Forum, to connect us to the essence of the forum and the update on the future activities. Ronit, please.
So who are we, the Maccabi Women's Forum? We are an international women's forum, an integral part of Maccabi World Union, the largest Jewish organization in the world with 480,000 members, the largest Jewish sports movement in the world, who works for strengthening of the Jewish people, ensuring the continuity of Jewish communities around the world, and emphasizing the centrality of Israel. We're a global network that connects women leaders, women who strive to lead change, women who want to connect with other women like them from around the world, to learn from each other, enrich each other, and work together for common goals, promoting women leaders and women leaders in sport, nurturing the next generation, and strengthening the Jewish communities worldwide and their connection to Israel. How are we building the forum? Well, the funding team, in collaboration with the international chairwoman of the forum, are leading a strategic development and construction of the foundation of the forum. Our goal is to create a network of 100 women in 100 cities. Each woman in the network is responsible for establishing a local forum that will operate within the Maccabi movement in the spirit of international forum. Our target for this first year is to recruit 25 women to lead local forums. All women with leadership background, Maccabi experience or significant community involvement, and a strong connection to our goals and vision. To empower our women leaders and support them in their roles as local forum leaders, we are building a network of guidance, inspiration, and shared knowledge. We are creating a toolkit that will include a manual filled with ideas of starting and managing local forum. Over the course of a year, we will hold 6 meetings for forum leaders to share experiences, inspire each other, and discuss progress. We've also set up a WhatsApp group for ongoing communication and will host a quarterly orientation sessions for new forum leaders. Above all, the founding members of the International Women's Forum and the Israeli team are fully committed to offering ongoing support to our local forums and leaders. As the forum takes shape, we plan to establish an international committee. This committee will include 2 representatives from each confederation, alongside with the Israeli team, to oversee and guide the forum's global strategic development. We'll form international working committees for planning our conference and summit, ensuring that we come together in meaningful and in powerful ways. Every year, we will continue to lead the Joint Global Project. This year, we focused on raising awareness of the horrific sexual terrorism that occurred during the massacre of October 7, carried by Hamas murderers. We thank all of you who contributed to this important work. Going forward, we will continue to pursue justice and call for the release of the hostages. The upcoming year is especially significant, as it is the year of the Maccabiah. The forum will proudly support the world's largest Jewish event that is taking place in Israel, especially during these challenging times. The Maccabiah is the 3rd largest sporting event in the world. It is an opportunity to expand our efforts in women's sport, promote female athletes and coaches, and create new avenues for women's leadership. How will we maintain regular contact? So looking ahead, we will maintain communication through various channels. Our newly launched website will serve as a central hub where everyone can stay updated on activities around the world and and learn about the future plans. In addition, we will publish a quarterly newspaper that offers deeper dive into the work of the Women's Forum, including profiles of active women, highlights of ongoing activities, and a preview of what's to come. Additionally, Maccabi World Union monthly newspaper will feature a special section dedicated to Women's Forum, keeping everyone informed and engaged. This is also a great opportunity to remind everyone to share with us information about activities that will take place in your local forums. Throughout the year, we will host Zoom events for holidays and special occasions, just like this one we're holding now. We look forward to having forums from around the world take turns leading these inspiring gatherings, and the upcoming key days will be Hanukkah, Passover, Yom Ha'atzmaut, and more. We are also planning our annual forum conference in conjunction with the Women's Leadership in Sport Conference to take place in March, just before the Maccabi Congress. Every 2 years, we will hold a summit that focuses on networking and shared experiences. This summit will be hosted in different cities around the world, and we will be announcing details for the next one soon. Finally, we'll also stay connected to the global calendar of Maccabi World Union, making sure our voices are heard in the international events and initiatives that shape the movement. There's much work ahead, but it is with much work comes immense opportunity. Let's embrace the strength we find in one another and the incredible power of coming together to create a lasting impact that will be felt far beyond ourselves. Shana Tova.
Thank you, Ronit. We all have a lot of work to do. I am happy to invite Dr. Oded Kravchik, who is considered one of the Israeli leading experts in mental psychology and emotional intelligence, the founder of the FTC system, a trainer with over 20 years of experience. In the early 2000s, Oded introduced the field of professional training to some of the country's sport association, which was a breakthrough in the industry. Over the years, Dr. Kravchik's unique skill set has been applied not only in the business and the academic world, but also in the world's leading sports companies, including the NBA. He has worked and continues to work as a personal mental trainer with many famous sports personalities, Omri Caspi, Artyom Dolgobiat, and many others, as well as with many sport clubs. For many years, he worked as a lecturer and in-depth trainer in leading companies in Israel and abroad. Oded is currently developing his own FTC methods of his own experienced trainer who are expert in their fields, have trained thousands of people. Oded, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm very happy to be here after such an opening. It's raised my stress, but I hope that I will stand in this in this mission. I'm really happy to be here in front of all of you, inspiring women, inspiring work that you're doing. And in the next few minutes that I have, they asked me to try to speak about mental resilience in 20 minutes. It's a mission that I'll try to do it. I try to do it and to speak about something that is part of my main life in the last 28 years. First of all, I grew as a basketball player long time ago in Maccabi Tel Aviv. I'm from age 11 until age 30. This is what I did. And during this year, I find out that there is some other power in our life that I didn't need to give him a name that influence on our skills, our ability to fulfill our skills. I didn't know how to call it, but later on, when I grow a little bit and take a zoom out from the basketball game, I find out that the psychological sport issue is something that's really, really important to all of us. During the years, of course, I open it to other sectors except of sport. And as Shirit said, I do it in all kinds of categories of life. Today, the main thing to understand our execute of our skills is to understand the fact that there is a gap in every category in life, in relationships, in parenthood, in sports, in business, in every category. There is a gap between what I can do and what I do. It's interesting gap because most of the people not satisfied when they're not fulfilling the gap. And the question is what influence on that gap. In this field come the mental resilience work that I try to work with, as Shirit said, with sportsmen, with army people, with businessmen, with businesswomen all over. And this was my real interest, how to minimize the gap or how to create the situation that everyone wants to be the best version of himself. I divide my work to two periods. One period, 14 years, and the second period, another 40 years. In total, the 28 years that I work in this field. Why I divide it? Because in the first 14 years, I do it from the general psychology, and the second 14 years, I do it from the Jewish psychology. It's quite different. I don't say what is good, what is bad. I don't judge. I just say that it's a different way of psychology. The Jewish psychology has certain point of view about our abilities or our execution of abilities, and the general psychology, the Western psychology, look a little bit different. And then after I learn the different, I choose to continue with the Jewish psychology. I don't speak about religion. I speak about science, the Jewish science and not the Jewish religion. And this is something that, and then I create this FTC method FTC means freedom to choose. Freedom to choose is the FTC, is why I choose these three words, why I choose this phrase, freedom to choose, because regarding to the Jewish psychology and in general regarding to our life, we have just one thing in our life that theoretically we have full control on it. One thing, freedom to choose how we are thinking about our life. And if we will know to control and to be masters controlling this ability, we will control much better. We will deal much better in all the other things in our life that we will never control. Most of the people try to take control on things that they will never control. This raise the stress, raise the life quality, and destroy our life. Jewish psychology said, listen, you have one thing you can control. Be master on it, because it's going to influence on all the other things that you will never control. All the other things that you want to control in sport or the other thing. For example, most of us think that if we will do different things, we will be able to control results. But it's not just sport, everywhere. And it's a fact. You can never control results. If you can never control results, why to focus on results, not why to create targets. No, this is not a question. Why to focus on results? If you cannot control it, why to focus on things that you cannot control? So the FTC method that works perfectly, as I can say, thanks God, worked perfectly in the last 14 years. Focus on the things that you can control. Teach the people, train the people everywhere in any sector in life, on the things that you have, on the sources that you have. And I will give you a small example. The small example that I can give is the following. Every one of us knows what this mean, how we check physical strength. Physical strength, physical ability, we usually check it by pulse. We check the pulse. If the pulse raise fast and reduce slow, it means you are not in a physical shape. If the pulse raise fast, in a physical activity, if it's raised fast and reduce slow, it means you are not in a physical shape. Of course, you can train and fix it, but you will never be able to create a situation that the pulse will stay the same. It will always raise up. You cannot control the fact that it will go up or down. You can control the speed that it will go up and down. And why to fix or why to improve the physical strength? Just because one thing, it will improve your ability to execute your skills. You will be more time during the day in a better shape. Mental resilience is the same. The things that replace the pulse is the emotions. Emotions replace the pulse. In a mental resilience, the emotions show you your status as a strong person or not strong person, and it's something that you can work on. For example, as much as you move, your emotions move faster because of external issues, it's move faster and it's go down slower. It means you get mad, you get angry, you get disappointed very fast, and it takes you a lot of time to relax. It means you are not in a good mental resilience. Of course, you can fix it. The only thing you have to control is the freedom to choose, the way that you think. That's all. Now, I will connect it for a moment to Rosh Hashanah. We are in few days, we're going to celebrate Rosh Hashanah. I don't know if you notice, I believe that you notice, that we are only religion and only nation that New Year not calls New Year, called Rosh Hashanah. It means called the head of the year. We are not saying Happy New Year. We can say Shana Tova, but the holidays calls Rosh Hashanah. And the question is why? Why we are not saying Happy New Year like everyone say? We are wish Happy New Year, but also the holiday not called New Year. Because in the Jewish religion and in the Jewish psychology, there is much higher meaning to the Rosh, to the head. Rosh Hashanah means the head of the year. And the way that you control the head, you will control all the year. The way that you will fix the head, you will fix all the year. The mental resilience in the Jewish psychology says the same. There is the way that you will control your head, your thoughts, the way that you will control the freedom to choose, the freedom that you have, the only freedom that we have. We don't have freedom in anything. We just have freedom to choose every time between two options. See in your life, you have always two options. There is nothing in our life that there is one option. Always two. And also in our thoughts. If you will check the mechanism of our thoughts, you will find out that you cannot control your first thoughts. Never. The first thought comes automatically. You cannot, if someone tells you, you choose to become mad, you choose to disappoint, usually, or your wife or your husband, whatever, when you get mad, your husband tells you, you choose to be mad, you choose to be disappointed. No, no one, I don't know anyone that choose to be mad, that choose to be disappointed, to choose. I don't know any sportsman that choose to be under pressure. I don't know anyone that choose to be afraid. No one can choose it. He can choose. In the Jewish psychology, it's called, you can control the law of the second thought. Think about it. You cannot control the first thought, but at the moment you have the first thought, then you can start to choose. What will be your second thought? And on the second thought, we have fully control. I can think about this pen and I can think about the glasses. The pen automatically raise. When someone tells me something, I automatically react. But then I can control the second one. As much you will be master on controlling the second thoughts, you will be master on controlling your emotions. At the moment that you will be master of controlling your emotions, you will be master of controlling your actions. It means the flow is beliefs, thoughts, emotions, actions. Beliefs, it's not start from thoughts, it starts from beliefs. And if we speak about this, beliefs, no one born with beliefs. We born without beliefs. We get our beliefs from our parents, from our neighborhood, from our area. And some of us, most of our life, or all our life, live with not our beliefs, we believe that we get from parents. Fears, it's what we get. Direction of thoughts, it's what we get. Some of you, I believe the women that are here, but they're here and more, decide in a certain point in our life to choose our own beliefs. And if we will understand that no one born with beliefs, but beliefs dedicate our thoughts, and our thoughts dedicate our emotions, and our emotions dedicate our actions, and now some of them will say, and our actions dedicate our results. This I will not say, because it's not correct. Our actions influence on results, but never dedicate them. Never, I can never say that there is a system that if I do A, B, C, D will happen. Because if I had these options, all the sportsmen that wanted to be gold medals would be gold medals. All the teams that will want to win. It's not works. We have to focus on emotions and on beliefs, what we believe in. We believe that everything is coincidence, or we believe that everything is in order. I don't speak about God. I speak about belief. I believe that everything comes in order, or everything is with a reason, or everything is coincidence. Life is coincidence, or life is not coincidence. Why it's important? Because if life is coincidence, there is no meaning. And if life is coincidence, me also coincidence. It means that I also don't have meaning. And if I don't have meaning, all our life, I will search for meaning. All our life will be dedicated to search for meaning. It means I'm empty and I search for meaning. I search that you will give me meaning. I search that my wife will give me meaning. I search that the medal will give me meaning. But until it's give me meaning, what it means about me, that I don't have meaning. My value is nothing until I get results. And if it's correct, I will never create a result because I walking in this life without value. I come to a date without value. I come to a business meeting without value. I come to presentation. Think that if it was my point of view, that everything no meaning until you will give me meaning, I will come to this meeting with you with a lot of stress because my value, it's in your hands. And now I'm in stress. You will give me value, you will not give me value. What will happen? But if you're going to another belief, just believe that everything is with meaning, nothing is coincidence. So it's everything is with meaning, it means I also with meaning. And if I also with meaning means I have to give meaning, not to get meaning. And if my mission is life to give meaning, and people say, Oded, how do you know that it's your mission? Very simple. I don't know one person that I met that feels good when he not succeed to give his meaning. Usually we are disappointed when we are not succeeding to give our value. It means our value is not for us. Because if it was for me, it will not disturb me that I don't give it. But if it disturbs me, if it's make me frustrated that I'm not succeeding to give meaning, it means my meaning is not for me. And if it's not for me, it means I'm in mission. Just think about it when you go to competition, when you go to presentation, when you go to sale, when you manage people, when you go to a date, everything in our life, when you educate your kids. Educate your kids, your relationship. In relationship, I'm supposed to get meaning with my wife or to give meaning to my wife. And in the beginning of the year, I connected again to Rosh Hashanah. In Rosh Hashanah, practically, we are in religion, we are getting a new meaning. And with the new meaning that we get, we have to influence all the year. With this light that we get, we have to influence on the year. And if in our mental thoughts, we will believe in it, it's completely not belong if it's true or not, by the way. Totally not belong. Our brain don't know to identify truth or false. For the main truth, but for the brain, truth means the sentence that you the sentence that you tell to yourself, multiply the time that you tell it. Mantra. If I tell to myself that my job here is to influence, my mission is to influence, my mission is to influence, I have everything that I need to influence, I will walk in this world with better feeling. I will go to a competition with better feeling. I will tell you one small story. In the 7th of October, last year, the horrible day that all of us knows, I was in Antwerp with the Olympic Israeli team in the World Championship of Gymnastics. I was mental trainer of Artyom Dolgopiat, the world champion, Europe champion, gold medal, now silver medal in the Olympic Games. We were there. Friday evening, I was celebrating in Bet Chabad in Antwerp. הקפות, שמחת תורה, it was amazing. At the night, I'd walk back to the hotel. We didn't even assume what's going to be tomorrow morning. I had an agreement with the security guy that at 8 o'clock in the morning on Shabbat, he will wake me up. I will have time to pray, and then I have to walk to the gymnastic hall because I'm not driving on Shabbat in the last 14 years. So I have to walk to the gymnastic hall, something like 2 hours walk to be there. The final competition was at 2 o'clock on Shabbat. So I would pray and go 2 hours, make some sports, 2 hours walk to the hall. At 8 o'clock in the morning, he wake me up. But he knocked on the door so strong that I thought that I didn't wake up because I drink a little bit night before. So I thought I didn't wake up on time and I lost the competition. I opened the door. He jumped inside and said, listen, you didn't hear what happened? I say, no, something happened to Artyom. He said, what Artyom? You don't know what happened in Israel? I say, no. You don't have telephone? I said, you have telephone, but telephone not working on Shabbat. He said, oh, you're the religious people. Open the telephone. There is a war in Israel. There is a mess in Israel. Blah, 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 blah. Kidnap people, murders. You don't understand what happened in Israel. In 1 second, I got like black curtain in front of my eyes. I thought about my wife. That is in one location. I thought about my daughter in another location. I thought about my 2 sons, both of them army guys. I didn't thought about anything, just what I'm going to do now. And he opened my phone. He decided that he's supposed to open my phone. And then I saw through the phone what happened in Israel. And then suddenly I realized that there is Artyom over there. I'm in a mission. I ran down to the lobby. I saw Artyom going in the lobby like this. He's one of the most strong mental people that I ever met. I went to Artyom and I tell him, listen, what happened with you? He said, I have one question, to compete or not? To compete or not? What people will think about me? What in Israel they will tell about me? That everything is Israel like this and I'm going to compete? I'm going to make all kind of salt, tsukahara, all kind of things during the war? And he said, I told him, listen. Why did you came here? He said, it's world champion. I want to be world champion. I said, okay. Why else did you come here? He said, because of the flag. I'm delegation of Israel. I represent Israel. I tell, listen, now is the time to focus on your mission. Don't think what you're going to get, what people are going to talk about you. Don't put yourself in the center, put your mission in the center. And when you will put your mission in the center, your emotions will focus to what you have to give and not to go what you will get. Because at the moment that you think what you will get, you feel in minus. You feel empty. Now I'm supposed to get. I get respect. I get honor. What will the... And if you think what I have to give, automatically you feel that you are fulfilled with something that you have to give. At the moment that you give order to your brain that you're in a mission and you will focus on your mission, no stress, no fear, no doubts, just one thing. You're going to execute and you're going to give exactly what you had to give, and because you came to this place. And he went to the competition. He won the gold medal. We cried and smiled at the same time. It was we cannot say it was happy. It was happy event, but it was a strong event. And this is the main thing that if I take everything, Rosh Hashanah is the main thing that shows us in the Jewish psychology why everything starts in the head. and also the most important holiday called Head of the Year. The Head of the Year is the days that going, regarding the Jewish religion, is going to influence on all your year. Everything is there. Take a good decisions. List of things that you're going to influence in the new Jewish year, Jewish calendar, on what I'm going to influence, not what I'm going to get, what I'm going to give. When you focus on what you're going to give, you focus on your mission. When you focus on your mission and you execute all your skills, you will never be under stress. And be aware that you have amazing mental mechanism that says the following: every time that you're under stress, every time that you're mad, every time that you are disappointed, every time that you are moved emotionally, be aware that you focus on yourself, you focus on the past or on the future, and you focus on the things that you cannot control. You want to fix it. You want to go back to be the best version of yourself. Take your thoughts, and you can control it. It's just a matter of training. Take your thoughts to focus on your mission, to focus on the present, and to focus on the things that you can control. Immediately, thoughts and emotions going together. At the moment that you will move your head to different thoughts, automatically the old emotion will disappear. It's not like Optalgin, that you take Optalgin and after 20 minutes you feel better. At the moment that you control your thoughts, immediately, emotionally, you will feel better. Immediately, because it goes together. So, to make a closure to the things, the 3 things that I recommend you to practice, it will give you a lot of power if you practice it. My mission or myself. Present, past, and future. My control, not my control. Every time that you will move from your mission to yourself, or from the present to the past and the future, and from things that you can control to things that you cannot control, the system, God, no matter what you call it, will announce you by negative emotion that you are not in the right place. And you give you the opportunity to fix it and to create more minutes during your life that you are the best version of yourself. And from my point of view, I can tell you one thing. We, the world, I believe Maccabi, but all of us need you, all of you, the best version of yourself as much as possible. Because this is why you are here, to influence as much as you can with all your skill, with all your passion, with all your abilities on everything and everyone that you touch. So I want to, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to give you a few minutes point of view on mental resilience, Rosh Hashanah, and the combination between two. And to give you small tip, I cannot give you everything, unfortunately, to give you small tip, something that you can start to work tomorrow morning or today, and to notice, be aware to your emotions, and be aware when you move emotionally, you move away from your best version. How you come back to the center, mission, present, my control. Thank you very much, and I wish all of you Shana Tova and the rest, happy holiday. And you know what? Happy New Year also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oded, for your very interesting and inspiring lecture. Toda. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, toda rabba.
And now, I hope everyone has prepared their glass of wine, as I ask Elisa Berwick, Vice President of Maccabi World Union and co-chair of the Women's Forum, to summarize our gathering raise a toast, and pray for the release of the all hostages. Lisa, bevakasha, please.
Thank you very much. Firstly, good evening. It's very late in Australia, but there's no way that I could fall asleep listening to anybody speaking today. And I want to thank Oded for actually bringing it all together, because we started with Shirit and Orly and Nicole and Donna and then Ronit. And if I've missed anyone, I apologize. Oh, and of course, our amazing Olympian, a Paralympian as well. And everybody seemed to focus on the mission. They just did it in their own way and in their own style. And I think that's what we're trying to achieve here. We're trying to bring women together who can actually help us all focus individually, but more importantly, collectively, so that we can spread the love, spread the joy, and actually, I guess, stay focused and execute really well on the things we can control. So we've talked about the fact that, and Ronit talked about how we're going to be sharing ideas with you, but actually we want to hear from you as well. We want you to tell us and suggest and share what works in your communities, because something that works in Sweden, where you have a very strong women's influence, will probably be of great benefit to Australia. And something that works in Poland or in South America will have an impact on the UK or the US. So there are little bits and pieces of everywhere we can share. It would be fantastic. So a little reminder, a little bit of homework, please share. The more you share, the more we'll all learn from each other. I don't have a glass of wine. It's a little bit late, but before I do a toast for Rosh Hashanah and for the new year, I'm sure you all join me in saying a prayer that we all do regularly for the safe return of all the hostages, for the safe return of all the soldiers, for the safe return that people can go back to living in their homes without fear, and for Am Yisrael Chai truly to exist and to be very peaceful and wonderful existence, because we're all connected through our connection to Israel, whether we live there or not. But we feel your pain, and I guess we share in our own ways our prayers. So I'm sure you all join me in expressing those sentiments. Before I get you to collectively raise your water, hot water, cup of tea, and I guess wish us a new beautiful year, I want to reiterate what Oded said. We really do have the opportunity as the head and as the year starts again to focus on the mission that we all want to see succeed. And I think if we remember to focus on what we can control and our beliefs, and turn our beliefs into thoughts, and sort of narrow our emotions as much as we can, whether we achieve success, it won't matter. We can't necessarily control the outcome, but we'll learn from it, and we certainly all will move from strength to strength. So, l'chaim, and wish you all Shana Tova, and to peace in Israel. Am Yisrael Chai.
Amen. Shana Tova.
Amen. Shana Tova. Shana Tova, לחיים. לחיים.
Shana Tova,
Shana
l'chaim.
Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova. Shana Tova from Cuba.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you,
Shana
Lisa.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa. תודה רבה. I wish you all a Shana Tova, and we are looking forward to hear from more and more women that would like to join and lead a local forum. תודה רבה for everyone that joined this gathering, and have a great new year.
Thank you.
You too.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank
Shana
you.
Tova.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Shana
Bye.
Tova.
Hope to see you soon in Israel. Safe to Israel.
See you soon.
Wow.
רק תראי אם יש... לא, אם